We're taking a look at the different approaches to developing forms and materials. Just clicking on one, this here, matter of fact, let me close that out and I'll go back to it, calling it delete as a query. And you can see it's got a lot of the information that we need for this database. But what I want to do is start by creating a report. In this report, what I'd like to do is just take a look at all the information. For instance, I might want last name, first name, employee ID, street address, city. Might want to not get the state or U.S. citizen, but I want the opportunity to pull a lot of different information. And for instance, one thing I may want to do is just simply click on report. And by clicking on report, it's going to set me up with really what is a huge report. This may be exactly what I want, but you can see it's many pages, uh, uh, but it is what it is. We could always resize this if we would like, bring it down, make it a little bit more user friendly in that regard. And I'll resize some of these. Incidentally, feel free to bring up the same general material and work through it as you would like. You know, I would, of course, like to get this on one sheet, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards. But you can see how these will resize and rework. Also, keep in mind up here, we can change that title if we would like. In the report view, it's kind of nice to have the time and the date that it's generated. Of course, this is just a picture, but we may want to create a title for our report if we would like. Let me go back and do that. Okay. Rather than call it delete, we want to call it customer database. So we've got most of the components here, of course. This field is just too large or it's too small for the data. And we can organize that any way we want. I'm going to just cut this loose, close, not going to change, and take something that may be a little, no, I'll go back to my earlier, well, I'll just click the employee database here, close that tab out, and the employee database, let's create a report based on that. And we can see that this is a little bit more manageable. It's just got less information in it. And of course, we can resize that as well and create whatever report really seems to make the most sense. Again, put in a better title, maybe get rid of the picture there. Consider these different components. One other thing that I'd like to mention on the report is, let me close that and delete it, is we can also go to create and report wizard. And the nice thing regarding the report wizard is we can select the table that we want, and let's say we want that query. Actually, that's not the query. We wanted the delete query that had all that information on it. And we've got all those different fields. However, we could just put first or last name, street address, city, and zip. And that's all we want. Um, yeah, go through, make sure we got the last name at the top, street address, then the city, then the zip, click finish, and there it creates our report for us. This is the print view, as you see here, And by closing out that print view, we can also go to the report view right here. We can also go back to our print view. Most of our work is done in the layout view, and that's where we can work and resize our report. But again, this provides a little bit of an overview of how we might be able to use these reports as a positive for working our data.